Here's LeBron James, averaging just under 31 points per game in the month of March. He was struggling through the first three quarters against Dallas, but stepped it up in the fourth. Here, one-on-one with Nerlens Noel, makes the three. Later, same spot. Another three. It goes down again. Then James starts a tremendous ball movement, gets worked all the way around the perimeter to Kevin Love for the open three. LeBron recorded his 17th triple-double. The Cavaliers win 98-87. Elsewhere, Ben Simmons and the 76ers visiting the Hornets. 76ers on a 9-game winning streak. In the second quarter, Philadelphia led by 7. Simmons steals it from Kemba Walker. All alone, puts down the reverse dunk. 76ers leading by 9 at the halftime. Third quarter now, Philadelphia up by 13. Check out Simmons. Runs the floor. Gets the long alley-oop pass from T.J. McConnell, his second reverse dunk of the game. 76ers win their 10th straight, 119-102. So with their win, the 76ers remain just a half a game behind the Cavaliers for the third seed in the East, and the teams are tied in the loss column. According to our Basketball Power Index, the Sixers now have a 50% chance to be the 3 seed, ahead of the Cavs at 44%. Let's get it back to First Take.
All right, let me recap for you real quick for you to marinate on here. The Raptors still in first. Boston, who they just lost to without Kyrie Irving, are just 2 games back. The Cavs are in third, who right now would face the Wizards in the first round of the playoffs, who just got John Wall back. But don't sleep on the process, Stephen A. The Sixers won 10 in a row, just a half game back of Cleveland.
Marinate on that.
Yeah, so we got the Sixers soaring, Wall's return, the C's beating Toronto. Which situation should the Cavs be most focused in on?
I'm really not concerned about any of them, but I will tell you, believe it or not, I think what they should be most concerned about are the Wizards. The reason why is because if you went up against them, it would be the first round. See, as the playoffs percolate and everybody gets their legs under them, and then you all of a sudden get acclimated to playoff basketball, teams become more dangerous. It's when you first start off where you're most vulnerable potentially. The Wizards, as far as I'm concerned, have been a disappointment this year. I expected more from them. Now, obviously, John Wall being out since January 25th, coming back his first game, having 15 points, 14 assists on Saturday in his first game back, shows and highlights how much they desperately need him. I am not in any way saying that they're the bigger threat in terms of talent, because I understand Boston and Toronto are the teams that Cleveland need to be most worried about. What I am saying is that if you are Cleveland, and since Kevin Love hasn't been healthy and he's just getting back in the swing of things, J.R. Smith looks like a starter and drops 15 points 1 minute max, and the next game is an APB out for him. Or
you mean to tell me J.R. Smith's inconsistent?
Yes.
This just
then the Larry Nances and the Jordan Clarksons of the world, getting those Rodney Hoods, getting those guys acclimated, George Hill being out. Once you come back, going into the postseason, you got to get things going. And since all of that stuff is new, if you want to face LeBron, the best time to catch him with this team is to catch him as early as possible. And that team would be Washington if the playoffs were to begin today.
I get that. It's a good point. But I don't care if these dudes were actual wizards, like with Magic and stuff. They ain't beating the Cavs.
I agree.
No,
I agree.
So I'll say this. What has struck me over the last several days, let's go back to like before the weekend, is that Toronto needed to go into Boston and win and ice the division, right? Salt it away.
Didn't do it.
And they couldn't do it. And that not only makes me nervous about Toronto, because that is what's going on with Toronto, what's going on with Houston right now. You can't really convince these dudes that they need to be in rhythm, because it's like, we're going to win the division. We're good until the playoffs. And is that going to actually hurt them, that attitude? That's the question. But to me, the biggest takeaway, Stephen A., is the way the Celtics have been playing without Kyrie. And this is not one of those situations where, they're better without Kyrie. No, they're not. They're better with Kyrie. They are better with Kyrie, obviously. I'm telling you this right now. If Kyrie Irving, and this is what the takeaway is for me over the last several days, if Kyrie Irving gets back in time to be Kyrie Irving against the Cleveland Cavaliers, they will beat the Cleveland Cavaliers this year. The Celtics will be the ones to do it. Brad Stevens, I've been saying Popovich, in fact, is coach of the year. This job he's done without Kawhi Leonard, only LaMarcus Aldridge averaging 30 minutes a game, a bunch of old guys and misfit parts, and somehow they got the record they have. That's amazing. But, man, Brad Stevens that's the coach.
He's the best young coach in basketball.
If Celtics, no Gordon Hayward, are going to beat the Cavs with Kyrie healthy?
That's correct.
Let me say this. let me say this right here. Let me just put this on Front Street. It is first take. Let's be very, very clear. There is no greater negative that can happen to LeBron James this year than losing to Kyrie Irving.
Oh,
that is, I mean, if you just, and this is why, this is why I said Cleveland's coming out of these. LeBron James cannot lose to Kyrie Irving this year. I ain't talking about next year when Gordon Hayward comes. I'm not talking about when we look at the future of Boston. This year, without Gordon Hayward, if the Boston, and I'm not, let me tell you something right now. This is how bad this is. LeBron would lose to somebody else. Lose to the Wizards in the first round. Yeah. It wouldn't be as bad. Yeah. Lose to Toronto. It wouldn't be as bad. If LeBron James loses to Kyrie Irving, oh, he won't live that down. He won't live that down. He won't live that down. He can, and I don't.
Are they going to win or lose?
Yeah, they are not losing to Boston. They are not losing to Boston. LeBron, I believe of all the years that LeBron James has been in this league, this is the closest we will ever see to him being Jordan-esque in a series against Boston and Kyrie Irving. Because, he has to.
I'm telling you right now.
I'm trying to tell you.
That pressure is going to be counterproductive to LeBron. Kyrie,
not at all.
If Kyrie gets back and is Kyrie Irving, has enough time to beat Kyrie Irving against the Cavs, like at least 80% of himself, right? The pressure is all on LeBron because Kyrie's playing with house money. They weren't supposed to beat the Cavs this year.
And let me give you some
news.
That
wasn't supposed to be till next year.
Give you some news.
They're going to do it this year if Kyrie's back.
Let me give you some news. Don't think 80%. Kyrie's slick, bro. Kyrie ain't coming back 80%. Kyrie going to come back close to 100. I'm telling you, that's why he been out. That's why he been out. Because he knows. He knows. Remember, they knew they were going to the playoffs. They knew they were going to the playoffs. The whole point is having that brother ready for the postseason.
Watch this.
And I'm trying to tell you, it's going to be better than 80%.
LeBron's better than Kyrie because LeBron's better than everyone, right? Okay, fine. Kevin Love may be better than everyone available on the Celtics except for Kyrie, okay?
Okay.
Every other next best player is on the Celtics. And the Celtics got the best coach.
Listen. Jaylen Brown has told me that on many, many occasions. This is a confident brother. He wasn't scared of LeBron before the season began. He wasn't scared of LeBron as a rookie. Jason Tatum is there now. I get all of that.
It's not just Kyrie versus LeBron.
I know that, and I'm not trying to say that, but what I'm trying to say to you is basketball, baby. And this NBA season has nothing like I felt last year. I was ready to give up. I was so disgusted with the NBA when Kevin Durant wanted to go to I was so depressed. I just ruined my whole season. But this year, I'm so excited about these NBA players. I just can't wait. It's just beautiful. Because let me tell you something right now. LeBron, and I'm rolling with the king. I'm rolling with LeBron James. I'm going to sit up there and call him. Let me tell you something right now. LeBron cannot afford. I mean, if he loses to Kyrie straight up, not getting knocked out before Boston or whatever. If he lost in a matchup, if Kyrie is back, we all know the storyline. It's Kyrie and LeBron. That's what everybody's talking about.
One of the problems with Cleveland right now.
LeBron can't. There is no more damaging. Nothing more damaging, Max Kellerman, than LeBron losing to Kyrie Irving in these plays. It can't happen.
It
cannot happen.
But that's why the pressure's on LeBron and off Kyrie, because Kyrie's got a little more runway. He's supposed to lose this year, maybe beat him next year when Hayward gets healthy.
But here's the question.
You're going to beat him this year.
You just said, you think that's something that will work against LeBron. I am saying, I believe that's when we will see LeBron elevate to another level.
He'll average a triple-double with 40 points. That doesn't mean his team wins.
I'm talking about complete domination.
Let me tell you the problem with Cleveland.
I'm talking about complete domination. He has to.
Cleveland anticipates, they feel in their bones they're supposed to make it to the finals. But if you don't pay attention to the details, the story changes subtly, and then all of a sudden, they didn't make it to the finals. I saw this. I keep bringing it up with the Lakers against the Pistons in 2004. I thought the Pistons would sweep them. It turned out to be a gentleman's sweep. I was the only one. Because everyone assumed, if you look into hotel rooms, Stephen A., right now, let me tell people how this works a little bit in our business. As, if you're going to be at the finals, you start looking into hotel rooms at likely cities. Let me tell you the one city where you can't get a hotel room at the best hotel. Cleveland. They're gone a year in advance. You can look in the Bay Area. You can look in Boston. You can look in Toronto. There are rooms. There are no rooms in Cleveland because in Cleveland they think it's their birthright. Since LeBron's been there. I'm telling you right now, they're not getting back.
Molly, let me tell you something right now. LeBron can average 50 I'm not saying he would.
Yeah.
I'm saying LeBron could average.
Can't lose to Kyrie. You're right.
LeBron could average 50 against Boston.
It might be worse
and
than
if
losing
they
in the
lose,
finals
he
again.
will still get
I'm with
crucified.
It's going to happen.
And
40 with a triple-double. You're
Fire
going to
it
lose.
up. Bring the playoffs. Boston
cannot lose
won
to Kyrie.
6 straight, 7
Not this
of their
year.
last night. Next is they're going to be.
Not this year.
Kevin Durant
Better not lose
silenced
Kyrie.
many after winning a championship and Finals MVP last season. We'll tell you why the pressure has only mounted on him to win it again. This year, Charles Barkley going off on the NCAA and the FBI. You don't want to miss what the Chuckster had to say. Don't go anywhere. First take.